Good morning. There's no people yet, but I still have to say it.
Good morning.
Don't yell. Okay, we're making pancakes. Pan Clarks. Snorting already?
Hmm?
I don't know. Apparently somebody's snorting. Alright, so let's see. There's several things that we can talk about. What do you want to talk about? Okay. So we can talk about how much our monthly bills are living way out here in the jungle. We can talk about how much we spent living in DePolog in the city and compare the two. Lots of things. There's lots of things, but right now I'm a little bit.
Oh my god.
What?
I thought it.
No, it's perfect. I'm the best.
Okay.
I mean, geez.
Oh my god.
I mean, who would burn a pancake?
I just.
That's un-American.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're not in America, so I guess we can burn the shit out of them. I don't know. What? What are you doing? Huh?
You put this here so it's so hot.
Okay. All right. One person messaged in reply to the post or whatever about doing the live that it was going to be like midnight where they are. Like, I don't know. I don't know all the time zones of the world. I know US and here, so that's kind of what I base everything on. Oh, now you took my job?
Because you're busy.
Oh, because I'm busy.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, those aren't really circles.
Yours?
Look.
It's not circle.
It's not long. They all eat the same. It doesn't matter what shape it is.
They always say that. I mean, it should. If you will cook, if you will make pancake, it should be circle.
No.
Oh.
I mean, if you go to Denny's or like a restaurant and order pancakes, they're always a circle,
Yeah,
but
it's
it
homemade,
doesn't.
so.
It doesn't matter. They all eat they eat the same. So 7 p.m. Yeah, I'm from the central time zone, so it's right now with daylight savings time. It's 2 hours behind, so it's a 14-hour difference. Normally it's 13 hours, but for some reason America is still stuck with, and I don't know if other countries do it also, but America really sticks with like old tradition things like daylight savings time. It's really stupid. Just we really shouldn't do daylight savings time, but it's not really necessary. That and imperial measuring system. I mean, I grew up with it, so I mean, I'm very proficient with fractions and gallons and miles and all that, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. It makes more sense. Metric system does make more mathematical and logical sense, I will admit. So, you know, 1,000 milliliters is 1 liter. Imagine that. 1,000. Oh, you went to just making one big circle? No, I put up a post yesterday saying that there wouldn't be a normal video this morning, so I decided to do a live in place of a normal video. Sometimes around here, there's just, I probably won't do that again. I'll probably just continue doing everyday videos just like always. But honestly, sometimes it's hard because now that everything is kind of slowed down and normal life kind of sets in, we don't really do a lot of things every single day. Spend all day inside watching The Walking Dead or something. Like, I mean, that's things that normal people do. I mean, normal people don't go 7 days a week and do all kinds of things all day long. Yeah, what a privilege. I'm live. You're so lucky. Oh, gosh. So, yeah, I thought maybe, what are you building on this? It's a parking area. One side will have a roof, the other side will have like a second story concrete slab patio type of thing where you can go up on top of there and look at the mountain. I have most of the materials for that. The problem is the labor. The labor is like, and I mean, it's cheaper than, other countries, but it's still 1,000 pesos per month. It's not cheap, but oh, that reminds me. Today is my oldest son's birthday. Wait, what is the date today?
30.
Yeah, but in America it's the night of the 29th, right? Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's my oldest son's birthday also. Late here in England. Well, don't live in England. Just leave that place. Come here. You don't need to be there. My God. My God. So I thought maybe we would talk a little bit about build our retirement house too. Yeah, anyway, so I thought I would. Now, here's the deal with the house. Like, so keep in mind, or filter your thoughts through the lens of the fact that I'm 41. So, a lot of the stuff that I would like to do here is going to be in years to come. So, I fully understand that there probably will be a time where I have to go back to the U.S. and work some more. But I fully intend to have, at least by the time I'm 50, to have this whole thing basically exactly the way I want it. And there's some things that I want here that's fairly expensive and time consuming and all that, so it's going to take a long time, but eventually in the end, because a lot of guys don't even come over here until they're like retirement age, like 62 or whatever. I want to be completely done with this and be set up way before then. But so that's kind of why I've started early. I knew that I probably wouldn't get every single thing that I wanted, obviously, but I knew that at least it's a starting place. And as of right now, no matter where I go in the world, I've always got, a strong, safe house to come back to here if I need to. Yeah, I mean, I called it retiring early, and I mean, honestly, I don't want to go back to work, but I don't know. The YouTube thing is still growing. It's still going up every single month. It's more than the last month, and it, like I've mentioned before, it has now crossed over the threshold of being enough to live on completely. Just barely, but it is enough. So, I mean, if absolutely nothing changed, then I would never have to go back home. The problem is there's not a lot extra. And you don't want to spend all of your time just like hanging out at home. Like, obviously once in a while you'd like to go to Palawan or, travel somewhere else here. So those kind of things do cost money. I don't know, you probably didn't know that, but if you're going to travel, it costs money. Waiting for the door. I was going to get them. Yeah, I wanted to, but when they brought the doors out here, they built the doors to a specific height that was much less than the door frames. So really what should have happened was the door frames were built kind of in a rough dimension, because they don't know how deep into the concrete you're going to put the door frames or whatever. So really, either we should have put the door frames deeper into concrete or cut a little bit off the bottom first. So once they brought the doors here, they were a little bit on the short side for that to be able to happen. But we do have some of those door gasket things for the bottom coming. They're just not here yet, but they are ordered. I sold my XR150, so the XR150, I mean, it was good, and mine had a, what was it, a 72 millimeter big bore kit, something like that. Made it like 212 cc. So the XR was good, but I did sell it. It got to where like all the relatives were borrowing it all the time. They were riding it more than I was, and not only that, but it got to where I didn't really need it as much as what I needed it before. And so it ended up just kind of sitting, because at some point all the relatives kind of figured out that I didn't really like the idea of them riding it so much, so they kind of slowed down on asking to borrow it, and so it just kind of sat. I saw that you guys had bought an XR150, but yeah, that's probably enough. The XR150 for me, sitting on it, probably, I don't know, I would probably want a little more power. The one that I had that had the big bore kit, that was like 212 cc, it was pretty good. I still maybe would have liked a little bit bigger of a big bore kit, but it was plenty of power. Plenty of power. Eventually get paraglider. My God. We're gonna see that dude on the news like, oh, paraglider crashes into the ocean and drowns.
How many? 3, 4? For you?
I have my what?
3, 4?
Maybe 3, I guess, yeah. Maybe. So I still have my other motorbike. I've always had 2. I've got the ADV 160 right there. Well, I've been thinking about it, and I would like to install a solar system. And I know that I can get all the panels, which it would be 12 600-watt panels. I can get all the panels I need and the inverter and all that for about 2,500. Let me swap seats so it's not so glaring. For about 2,500. Now that's not with any batteries. Now if you add some batteries to that, enough to run the house for 24 hours, I mean, God, those batteries would probably be $4,000 on their own. Batteries are expensive for good ones. But it would be nice. At some point I will put solar here, but it's not really in the cards very soon. When I went to the Philippines. Yeah. Did it overheat? No, it didn't overheat. I never had it overheat, ever. But you don't want to run the premium, the 95. You don't want to run the 95 in it. You just want to run the regular unleaded. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but the 95 causes too much cylinder pressure and too much heat. You will get more power out of it that way, and if you're just going to race it for 5 minutes, then yeah, go ahead and put the 95 in it. But the 95 is going to cause extreme cylinder pressure and heat, so it's best to just run the unleaded. But no, I never had it overheat. Okay, so the dirty kitchen question again. No, I'm not going to build a dirty kitchen. There's literally an outside kitchen right there, 20 feet away. So if she needs to use an outdoor kitchen, she can just use that one. No need to build one. Oh, I love the ADV. It is absolutely an engineering masterpiece. I have taken it through water so deep that I had to take the spark plug out and turn the engine over to unhydrolock it. I got water into the cylinder, and it's still nothing got damaged from that. I mean, I've taken it through rivers, through her PSA work. I mean, we've been on roads, over bridges that are swinging on ropes. I've taken that. I really tested the adventure part of the ADV name, and it seriously is a damn good bike. It really is. Run AC. Absolutely AC. Absolutely. And if I had solar, not only would I run AC, but the AC would be on 24/7, and it would be on 18 degrees Celsius nonstop. The whole house would be like a refrigerator if the electricity was free from solar. But yeah, Right now, even in the bedroom, even when I'm not in there, all day, all night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, there's a 1.5 horsepower aircon in the bedroom set to 20 Celsius all the time, 24/7. No, it's electricity is about 20% more expensive here than in the US. The methods in which they produce electricity here are not very efficient. So they're fairly expensive. Now, I don't know this. I've never looked up this information, but I've never heard of there be. Do you know if there's a nuclear power plant in the Philippines anywhere? A nuclear power plant? No, there's not. Not that I know of. Everybody is so damn scared of nuclear, but I'll tell you what, there's very little better ways to produce electricity than those nuclear power plants. They're very efficient. One nuke plant built it and never turned it on. Yeah, that sounds like the Philippines. I don't know how many things I've seen here where the mayor will go to a ribbon cutting ceremony, or not a ribbon cut it, like a groundbreaking ceremony, and then like a year and a half later, they're still like barely even started building. Yeah, I'm not scared of nuclear, but some people are. I'm trying. I try to get her son to get a haircut, kind of like mine or whatever, to get a lot of that damn hair cut off, but he won't do it. For some reason, he thinks it looks good to have 5-inch long hair. I don't know. He thinks it's good, but I don't know.
He will just get haircut like that.
He says that, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, if there's no school, what's the deal?
I don't know.
He thinks that hair looks good, like around other kids. Like I don't know, whatever. Maybe people here do love that long hair like that. I don't know, but most places in the world, boys always look better with short, trimmed hair. It just looks more neat, I guess. I don't know. Now, so I do want to get into like kind of what we spend on a monthly basis here versus what we spent in Depolog. So as far as I can tell right now, we spend about, so let's just go through the list real quick. Electricity is going to be about $120. Okay, it just is. So, and then the Starlink is like $65. So, let's just round up and call that $200. Our phones, we don't pay monthly. We put load on the phones. I don't remember what the load is called. Magic data? Yeah, magic data. And it's 500 pesos, but there's no time limit. Like you get 22 or 24 gigs of data and so many phone call minutes and text or whatever. And it's just however long it takes you to use it is how long you have service. So, I mean, we haven't put load on our phones in like
From August.
Since August. So a few months. And our load and phones and everything still, I mean, they're still not ran out, so we still don't have to load them again. So I don't even count.
Just use that when we go to Sindangan.
Yeah, I don't even count the phone things. Maybe it's like $5 a month or something if you broke it down that way. But we'll just round the others up to 200, and then that'll take care of the phones. And then my Visa extensions run. Let's see, what did I pay this last time for 4 months?
Visa.
Yeah, what did I pay? How much did I pay? $7,000?
Yeah, I think 8.
But that was with 3,000 peso fee for the ACR card renewal. So, I mean, it might be $25 or $30 a month for the Visa. No, not ESA. No, just a tourist visa. But so, 220, 230, and then food. Well, ADV gas. We don't really go that many places, so gas is like maybe $20 a month. It's not really that big of a thing. Anyway, to make a long story short, we spend about $450 per month just to live. That's the baseline. If we never made anything more than $450, then we could technically survive. Now in Dipolog, that number was $835 a month, just as a baseline to survive. So when people tell you that, people will say like, oh, you can come to the Philippines and live on 500 US a month. And then other people will say, oh, that's bullshit, you cannot, or whatever. No, you can. The problem is I have a house that's free to live in, so there's no rent. But getting rid of the 6-month extension. No, they didn't get rid of the 6-month extension. Well, sort of. So here's the deal. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to renew every 2 months now, but you don't have to go to immigration every 2 months. When you go to immigration, you can renew a 2-month block, but you can do it 4 or 5 times at once. I did that last time, and I even have a video showing my visa documentation. I went to immigration 1 time and paid for 8 months of extensions. So you can pay for as many extensions as you want. You don't have to go to the office every 2 months. Technically, you are renewing for 2-month blocks, but you can pay for as many 2-month blocks as you want at one time. The only problem that I see from doing it that way with the multiple block, because this last time I paid for 4 months, so I don't have to go back, whatever. But the problem is that the longer you do, like if you do a 2-month extension, he'll probably keep your passport for like 2 weeks, and then you'll get it back. 4-month extension, you're probably looking at, he's keeping your passport for about a month, and then you'll get it back. When I did the 8-month extension, he had my passport for 3 months before I got it back. So you have to keep in mind that while you're doing these, long extensions or whatever, you can do it where you don't have to go back every 2 months, but they're going to keep your passport for a long time. So if you happen to want to leave, you're not going to be able to because they have your passport. You have to turn your passport in when they do a visa extension. You don't keep it. They keep it, and then they give it back to you. Which honestly always made me feel a little bit uneasy just handing my passport over. But, I mean, that's the way it's done here, so that's the way you got to do it. My God. I'm trying to fix my pancakes together so I can eat. But I keep getting distracted.
We're done this?
For some reason, Alona doesn't like to control the live.
Okay.
You don't, so I can't just hand the phone over to you. You don't like it.
You didn't ask.
Here you go. See, you don't want to do it.
The sun is...
Yeah, you have to sit kind of this way.
Can you extend online now?
Yes, you can, but I can't.
Yeah, you can't.
I can't. So here's the thing that they don't tell you. If you want to be able to do it online, don't ever go to the office and do it. Because what they do, when they do those visa extensions at the office, they don't tell you this, but they create your online profile thing on the immigration website, and they do all the filling it out. They basically do the thing online that you could do yourself. They just do it for you. But if they do that, they create like bullshit information, like just to be able to like log in or whatever. So once they do that, you can't go online yourself and do it because you don't know all the information that they've made up out of thin air just to make it work. So I got screwed on that one because I didn't know that. So I went down to the immigration thing or whatever, and then this last time when I was going to renew for 4 months, I went online and tried to do it, and it just would not work. It wouldn't work at all. So that's what happens. Those guys do the online thing for you and then make up bullshit information, and then you can never extend online yourself ever again, apparently.
Pancakes with peanut butter, the best breakfast. Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, like a triple shot of sugar.
Pretty lady. I'm pretty or no?
Yeah. Well, stop showing me. Show you. They want to see you.
No. The sun is... See, they didn't comment.
Well, show them your belly button or something.
Now they didn't don't like to ask.
So yeah, basically, if you are so desperate to leave your home country and come here to the Philippines, and you're willing to live however it takes, you can absolutely live on $400 a month. You can.
Someone says, watching you guys always make me smile. Make me smile.
It is a morality booster to people just to watch me, because they can always be like, man, I feel so much better about myself because look how ugly that guy is. Like, at least I don't look that bad. So it makes people, I lift spirits.
Okay.
I mean,
how about manok adobo for breakfast? He didn't eat manok adobo for breakfast. He just eat that for dinner.
Okay, so here's the deal. I don't know if it's an American thing or if it's a I'm a stubborn asshole type of thing, but I will not eat foods that aren't meant for that time of day. So for breakfast, I will only eat breakfast type foods. I will not eat foods that aren't meant for breakfast. And like when people do breakfast for dinner, it makes me want to burn their houses down. Like, it's so ridiculous. I will eat sandwiches and chips and stuff like that for lunch. I will eat for dinner any kind of hot meat, food, meal, adobo, whatever. That's fine for dinner, but I will never, ever eat foods that aren't meant for that time of day at a different time of day.
It's meant for Filipino.
It drives me nuts when I see you guys eat like like fried chicken and rice for breakfast, it makes me want to pull my hair out. I don't say anything, but it drives me crazy.
Mm,
There's a reason why they make breakfast food, lunch food, and dinner food.
I'm eating adobo for dinner right now.
There you go. That's appropriate. That's a dinner food.
A big snowstorm hit Missouri and everywhere else today. You miss snow yet?
Damn it! Don't tell me that. I have no idea. That's some other weird language. $1 to make me holla.
Zero. Good. I was in the Philippines in 1997
Yeah.
and married to a Filipina since 2008. MJ, my husband is like that.
Mm-hmm. It's breakfast time. You eat breakfast foods. I mean, that's what they're made for.
Mhm.
You wouldn't use WD-40 to clean your eyes out. Like don't use things inappropriately.
It's a Western thing in the same. And I think I'm the same.
Yeah.
Does the average American know what socialism is?
I'll be honest with you. Because I like to study history and the world, yes, I do know what socialism is. And the difference between communism, democracy, republic, all of that. And that's what it drives me nuts when people say that America is a democracy. It's really not supposed to be a democracy. It's set up to be a republic. But I will tell you that no, the average American probably could not give you the definition of socialism or even what that type of government structure even looks like or social structure.
Yeah, but that's only because side is what you're used to. Maybe the food.
Well, it's because no. Here's the reason why mostly I am the way I am. I'm very stubborn, and I'm very black and white. I'm not good in the gray area. But I was taught from a very young age that there is absolutely a right way and a wrong way for everything in life. Every single nut, bolt, and screw has a torque spec, no matter what you're working on. I'm sure door hinges. You could look it up, and you probably are supposed to set door hinge screws at 30 foot-pounds or something like that. I mean there are rules for almost everything, and so that there's a right way and a wrong way to do almost everything. And I was always taught that from a very young age, not to live in the gray area. You're either right or you're wrong. 100% right or 100% wrong. There's no 60-40 or anything in between.
Add an egg to leftovers Filipino breakfast.
My God.
We both were in Liverpool, but my wife's from Philippines. We are building a home in Mamawan right now. Mamawan Butalak?
I don't
So
know
in
where
the
that is.
future would be good to meet you both. Mamawan, where's Mamawan Butalak or I don't know. There's Manawan in Sindangan, but not Mamawan.
Everyone always says they're coming close to here or whatever and would like to meet me. I'll meet anybody. I don't care. I'm not an asshole, so I'm not hiding. If somebody is here in the Philippines, I'll tell you exactly where I live, and you can come here. That's fine.
Crazy man.
It's just I don't want to have to plan like a year in advance or whatever. Just message me when you get here, and we'll get together.
I leave for Dipolog next week on Thursday night. I've never traveled out of the USA and the long flight. I'm not looking forward. Hope to visit while I'm on vacation.
I tell you what, the very first time I ever got on an airplane, my very first plane ride ever in my whole life, I got on a plane in St. Louis, Missouri, and flew to LA. The second time I was on an airplane was 3 hours later when I got on the Philippine Airlines flight from LA to Manila. That was my very first time on a plane, and it sucked.
Hope to
It
visit.
sucked. It took 14 hours from LA to Manila.
Hope to visit while I'm in vacation, maybe.
Okay, well, when you're here, just message and sure, yeah, we can do that.
No, not many cereal eaters in the PI.
Yeah, I know. You can for American cereal, you have two options: Fruit Loops or Corn Flakes. That's it.
Filipinos use Vicks Vapor Rub in their eyes, but not
In their eyes.
WD. Oh God,
I wouldn't put that in my eyes either, but
Oh God, let's not talk about politics.
yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna have bacon, eggs, beans, and hash browns for Sunday breakfast.
that's fine. Those are breakfast foods.
I must confess that I just woke up with a chubby and needed some.
Oh my
Well,
God.
thank you for that. Hmm.
Pie for dinner. Yeah, I don't know about that.
That's how you do it in the Philippines. And there's a Filipino way. That's how we do it in the Philippines.
Some of the stuff like that I kind of roll with, but there's a lot of it like that I don't care where I am in the world. I'm not going to accept the phrase that's how we do it here. I'm just not going to accept some things. That's whether I'm in the US here or China or North Korea even, I don't care where I am. There's certain things that I'm just going to be like there's no reason that you should be doing it that way. Just take 5 minutes to think about the steps and processes of what you're doing, and I can tell you for sure a more efficient way.
I'm waiting for my house to sell in Subic, Zambales to the market for 17 million
Mm-mm.
in Philippines.
Mm-mm. In Subic?
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell
I
you're
went
going to
there.
sell a house to in Subic for 17 million.
I mean,
There's probably not one person
along
in the
the
whole
pole.
province. What?
It's in Olongapo,
Where's that?
city in Manila, right? Like Subic is in the
Outside
ocean.
Manila?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. 17 million seems like a lot.
There's a lot of maybe there.
I guess. I don't know.
'Cause it's a nice.
I'm not.
area.
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't know anything about that type of stuff. I'm not into that. Like I don't.
Yeah, Mamawan, Zamboanga del Norte. I don't know, maybe Gutala, cause I know Mamawan in Gutalac. There's Mamawan in Gutalac, Zamboanga del Norte. I've been there. I went there.
Well, you've probably been everywhere in Zamboanga del Norte. It's not that big of a province.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it is kind of big. It goes from north of Dipolog all the way down to the Sulu Peninsula, basically.
Yeah, close to Zamboanga City. The
Well,
last
including Zamboanga City.
Cebuco, last
Cebuco
is the last town in Zamboanga.
No, Zamboanga City is in Zamboanga del Norte, isn't it?
No, Zamboanga City is.
Why the hell would Zamboanga City not be in Zamboanga del
There
Norte?
is Zamboanga del Norte, Zamboanga
Zamboanga del
Sibugay,
Sur.
Zamboanga del Sur, then
I
Zamboanga
know.
City.
Don't you yell at me, I'll push you.
Is there a huge
Abuse!
community
Abuse!
where you're at?
Is there what? A huge what?
Community.
No, there's 5 of us within 40 miles of here.
Wow. I think I get a soft spot for Kim Jong-un. It's called quicksand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a bad guy, but at the same time, nobody's doing anything about it. So, I mean, are we really any better than he is? I don't want to lose weight. I'm fine just where I'm at. I believe in living a natural length life, so however long I live is how long I'm going to live, and that's it.
The chat is delayed.
Delayed. It's always delayed. Need to build
Where is it?
like a guest house?
Yeah, I think. Maybe just a like a meeting house like
No. If somebody comes to visit, they can go
that.
get their damn hotel room or whatever, like everybody else.
I mean, it's just for talking like that.
No, they mean for like a guest house.
Okay.
For if somebody comes here to visit, a lot of YouTube foreigners have like a little guest house out back where if
Mhm.
somebody comes and visits them, they can spend the night in the little guest house.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have hotel here.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm moving to Guimaras in 6 weeks. We are going to build like you did. Your videos are very helpful. Guimaras.
The whole there was two purposes in me videoing like every day of my house build. Number one, so that I can always look back on it and just like stroll down memory lane or whatever. And number two is to show people it everyone can do it. Like it's not, you don't have to spend $100,000 to build a house here. You don't. It's not. I mean, there's plenty of people who, by the time they're 40 years old, have had the opportunity to have $50,000 in cash. So, I mean, if you haven't had that opportunity, then I'm sorry, but you've made the wrong life choices along the way. But surely people should have at least one time in their lives before they're 40 the opportunity to have $50,000 in cash all at once.
It's in a subdivision in Subic. His house.
Subdivision, yeah. I don't know anything about that kind of life because I don't.
Oh, shoot, hindi ko alam na Instagram.
Old Joe. No, I don't know.
know.
I don't know. I didn't meet anyone in Dipolog while I was there.
EDV? You mean EDV?
No.
Others. I don't know.
ADUs. I don't know what an
Nothing in-
ADU is.
You can put guest house in front of above parking area.
I could, but I don't want to.
I'm looking forward to your journey and getting your house and place where you want it.
Yeah, well, just wait another 10 years. It'll get to. I mean, honestly, there's things that I want here that won't be for 10 years. I mean, that at some point I would like a swimming pool. I mean, that's just I just would. I like to be in water. I like to swim, but the river is about 2.5 feet deep, so you can lay in it, but you can't swim. There's a little lake thing close to here, but for some, it freaks me out because they let carabao like just stand in the water and they're shitting and pissing in the water, and then people are like jumping into the water and swimming. I don't. And the ocean is 30 minutes from here, so I would like to have a place here to swim, but
in Rosewood Organic.
yeah, but I don't need.
Cool haircut. Good child.
Yeah, the ADV is good. I really wish I would have gotten the ADV like 300 or 350, whatever it is, but they're like 300,000 pesos also, so. And I would have had to have waited 3 or 4 months to get one.
You're done?
Huh? Yeah, I guess.
Did
Is there anything left on my plate?
Yeah, more. I don't know if they already ate.
The children?
Yeah, they ate already. They didn't put.
What are you pointing at? How much is it to build a pool there? Well, I don't know how much it would cost someone else.
It depends on the size, maybe.
Yeah, it depends on the size. But for me, I mean, I've already basically built a small swimming pool minus the filtration system and all that. When they dug my septic tank, it was 8 feet deep and 9 feet long. 4.5 feet wide, and then concrete floor with hollow block sides and everything. That's basically a swimming pool. I mean, and so I can tell you, let's say that we multiply the size of that septic tank by a factor of maybe 5. So it took the guys, what, about a week to dig the hole. And then let's see, so it would have been 2 guys, so 1,000 pesos a day, so 7,000 pesos to dig the hole, times a factor of 5, 35,000 pesos to dig. I mean, you're looking at, for about a 20-foot long, 14-foot wide, 8-foot deep swimming pool, I mean, you're looking somewhere probably like only $6,000 or something like that. I mean, it really wouldn't be that much. Vehicle purchase process there hard. No, it's not hard. There is a lot of steps. So if you buy a brand new vehicle from a dealership, they take care of all that. You don't have to do anything. It's very easy. Very easy. You don't even have to go to the LTO office. You don't have to go to like the DMV. You know, in America, when you buy a brand new vehicle, even from a dealership, you still have to go to the DMV and register it. When you buy a brand new vehicle from a dealership here in the Philippines, they do all that for you. You literally hand them the money, get the receipt, and then you go home. And you don't go to an office, you don't do anything, you just wait. And then a month and a half later, they'll call you and say, okay, we've got your, license plate and all your paperwork's final. So buying a vehicle here is very easy. Now, if it's a used vehicle from an individual, that's where it becomes a little bit tedious, because you have to have all kinds of original documents. You have to have a copy of the person's ID. You have to have all kinds of, like when I bought that XR150 from that guy, there was a packet of paperwork like this thick. Like it's a ridiculous amount of paperwork to buy a used vehicle from an individual. Just go to the beach. I don't like to swim in the ocean. I don't like the salt water and the waves and all that. I just don't like it. I'd rather swim in a nice, clean, clear swimming pool. New Barangay Hall. I don't know about that. Hey babe, if we put a pool in, I guess we're going to be the new Barangay Hall. I do wish I knew how to speak the language though. I'd run for barangay captain.
You can.
Straighten this mother trucker out.
You can if you know.
You can.
Yeah, me, but.
You can, and then in making the speeches, we'll be like, hey, she's the one that's technically legally running, but by God, buddy, I'm going to be running the show. And I'll straighten this damn barangay out.
Other side. Mm-hmm. If you will, I mean, the politics here is always need money for the people, my God.
Well, not only that, but the politics is always, you have to worry about the person that wants your job killing you. Because even here in our area, even here in Cheyenne, it wasn't, 4 months ago when there was an attempted assassination on the vice mayor?
It's just a drama.
What?
Yeah.
They arrested 2 people for that. Well, anyway, there were, so even in a small area like this, like who's going to go out of their way to try and assassinate a vice mayor? Not even the real mayor, the vice mayor. Who gives a shit about the vice mayor? That's like going to a small town in America and trying to kill a councilman. Like what? What is that gonna do? I don't get it. Grow potatoes? No, probably not. Potatoes don't grow very well here. It's too damn hot.
In other town, babe, they say potato.
Yeah, if there's higher elevation and cooler weather.
Remember the town that a Muslim area? We went there. They sell their potato. It's just for 20 pesos per
Right,
kilo.
right. Okay, so you're getting all excited, but when I say they don't grow well, I mean they don't grow well.
Yeah, but still.
They do grow, but the biggest potato I've seen here is maybe the size of my
I
fist.
just mean that it's the same. You can still eat that.
You can still eat that, yes, but they don't grow properly.
You still cut that when you.
It's just like tomatoes. The tomatoes here don't grow properly. The tomatoes are this big, like golf ball size. In America, we have tomatoes the size of my fist. Like,
So you can eat that.
yeah, you can still eat it, but it's not correct. Like I said earlier, there's no gray area. There's a right and a wrong, always in everything.
It's just not for business.
Oh my God, these people want me to shave my head. Apparently,
What?
apparently I need a haircut already again. Why the hell do I need a haircut already? My God. Not like Idaho potato. No, Idaho potatoes are like the size of a football almost.
Really shocking.
A shade? Yeah, I mean, it's short enough. I don't really want to have to shave my damn head. That's...
Yeah.
Hell, Kim Jong-un in there has hair that's 6 inches long. I don't know what the secret to growing like good, big, healthy vegetables here. Like I don't, or I don't know if it's bad soil, if it's the climate's too warm, if there's too much rain. Like, I mean, where I'm from in America, you just plant shit in the dirt and it just grows. Basically, you might have to put some, triple 10 fertilizer on it or something once in a while, but
You also need the fertilizer.
I'm in the Philippines.
Cobra there. Yeah.
What I want to know is
King
how
Cobra.
you're... Yes, there's king cobras. I don't have a wife. I don't know. She doesn't really do anything specific. She just brushes it, and she's always complaining every day about how bad her hair is. Every day. My God. So messy.
Yeah.
So messy.
Messy because it's long now.
Aww. She doesn't like to have long hair.
I mean, I like, but
No, yeah. And I told you that if you cut it, that I'll cry and go outside and die. Oh, hey, by the way, somebody got me some vape juice from Depolog while they were there, so.
You need fish blood and the soil, okay.
Well, the problem is there's not really any soil here. There's not really like any black dirt. It's just all clay. Everything on this whole mountainside is just red clay. I
mean, even if it's just like that, we always use fertilizer. So
What kind of fertilizer? Because in America, I would use triple 10. It has like the calcium, the potassium, and nitrogen.
Or 16, 20, or whatever.
Do you put nitrogen?
It's just a normal fertilizer that we use in corn.
What's the hottest months? I mean, to me, it feels
June.
the same all year long. I mean, there might be a technical, like, temperature number difference, but ever since I've been here, every day feels exactly the same as the day before. There are days that feel like, oh my God, it feels so extra hot today. But you have those days all throughout the year. So there's not, even during the rainy season, like, it's just hotter than hell. I mean, it's just. And during the summer months, I mean, this last summertime, it rained every single day. And it was the same the year before because when I went to Bohol and went to the Chocolate Hills, I went in at the beginning of June, at the very beginning, like June 4th. Okay, the very beginning of June, which, if you know, is at the very end of the dry season. So when I went to the Chocolate Hills, it should have been the absolute driest that it could possibly be all year because it was right at the end of the dry season. And those Chocolate Hills, I have pictures. They were just green and luscious. There was no chocolate. Okay, they were not brown because that's what the Chocolate Hills are. It's just big, like grass, like mountains basically, and in the summer months, the grass dries out and dies and turns brown. That's why it's called Chocolate Hills. But when I went last June, which again was at the end of the dry season, so that grass should have been just as dead as it possibly could be, was green and luscious. So maybe it's just a fluke couple of years or something, but every damn summer I've been here, it rains pretty much every single day.
It's kalapati poop. Yeah, I mean, there is a chicken poop. My mother.
Yeah, but you have to let that compost for like 9 months before you can use
Yeah,
chicken poop.
my
It's too
mother.
acidic. It's a hot fertilizer. Uh, you have to let that compost for like almost a year before you can use it.
What's your sea level height?
Are there nice beaches there? No. The beaches here are, number one, littered with trash. But number two, it's that brown, like black sand. They're not that nice.
There's some area that white sand.
That's what I keep hearing, but I've not seen it, so I don't know. I've never been there. What's your sea level height? Do you know how high we are in elevation? No, no, apparently we don't know.
The last time I was there, it was July, August, student going to humid and that typhoon.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it is humid here, but
It's
I've
always
never
a
found that
typhoon
it I never found that it stopped
from
me
A
from doing
to
anything.
Z.
To Chocolate Hills in December they was brown. Well, I don't know what year that was, but it wasn't last year.
I'm going to Malibalay in May if my condo says. Yeah, Malibalay Bukidnon. Yeah, Bukidnon is nice.
I don't know. I've never been there.
They have a like a little New Zealand, like a New Zealand area there. Like there is a.
I don't really care about New Zealand. If I wanted to go to New Zealand, I would go to New Zealand.
But it's expensive then. But I've liked the life and culture more. Yes, Bukidnon, yeah. See? I know, Malibalay.
Okay. I don't even know what words you're saying right now. It just sounds like blah 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 blah.
Just
Yeah,
read.
I know, but it makes no sense to me.
Malaybalay.
Nah, not yet.
The best thing was managing.
The absolute worst two decisions I have ever made in my life was to marry the two women that I married. Now, I don't know if I would blame the institution of marriage on that or not, but what in the hell is the point of actually getting legally married to somebody? If you like them, just stay with them for 50 years. I don't understand bringing the government and documents and all this bullshit and trying to trap people together. Like, I don't understand that. If the two people like each other, just stay together. And then if someday, for some reason, you don't like each other, it's easy to just go apart. I don't understand trapping.
Okay.
Well, I get married again, but at the same time, I just don't understand why people do. How safe is your area? Couldn't get my husband to go anywhere in Mindanao. Well, not everyone has the same tolerance for danger or whatever as others. It's fairly safe, but it's not completely safe. I mean, if you're talking about walking around, like, even where I am right here, there's no way that I would go outside and walk down the road in the middle of the night, like at 1 o'clock in the morning. I would not just walk down the road at 1 o'clock in the morning by myself. I just wouldn't. You never know when there's going to be a crazy ass dog that's going to try to attack you, or what I would be more concerned with would be like a drunk person just deciding they didn't like foreigners that day and they happen to be holding a machete. So, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I wouldn't let it stop me from going anywhere. You just have to be mindful. Yeah, 18 years together, that's fine. But two people can just stay together for 18 years. You don't have to sign a legal document just to live with somebody for 18 years. I mean, you can just do it. You can just choose to. I mean, both times I got married in America, it was for like legal reasons, to either get more money from tax refunds, or, the first marriage was just so that we could live off post because she was in the Army and you had to live in the barracks unless you were married. Then you were allowed to live off post. So it's always been for some bullshit legal reason. It's not, I don't know. And women always take that as so offensive. Like when guys say, well, if you like someone, just stay with them for 20 years. Like, you don't have to get married. And women always get real offended by that. And I don't understand it. Like, what is the purpose of the legalness of it? Like, I just don't get it. If you like the person, stay with them. And then if someday you don't like each other anymore, it's easy to just go apart. Well, knowing that the money was running short and staring down the barrel of probably having to go back to the U.S. and work some more, I definitely wanted to be sure that her and the children had at least a safe and dry place to live. Survivor benefits. You don't need survivor benefits if you're a smart financial planner and you set, because you can get life insurance and you can name anyone you want as the beneficiary. You can even put it into a trust, and then hire someone to run that trust, and let's say you have a $250,000 life insurance policy. You set the beneficiary as a trust, and then that trust would invest that $250,000 into, say, the S&P 500 and get quarterly dividends. Now you can set up in your will where there's an account or a different trust where those dividends are deposited, and any person on the face of the earth that you name can be the beneficiary of those dividends. So you don't have to rely on some Social Security, like, deceased spouse payment from the government. Like, you just be a smart financial planner and set people that you care about up for the inevitable. Yeah, don't do Bitcoin. I would, if the time comes that I go back to the U.S. to work, I would like to bring her along. It's a very long process. Very long process. Social Security won't be a lot, no. No, it won't be. I already calculated mine. You can go on the Social Security website and you can check and see how many retirement credits that you've earned in your life. And you can also see what your estimated payout would be at the current rates. So I went on there before I came to the Philippines just to make sure, like, okay, if I never came back to the U.S. ever again, do I get Social Security? And the answer is yes. I have 42 credits. You only need 40. So I already, right now, even back then at 40 years old, I had enough credits for Social Security retirement already. I had enough credits. So that can never be taken away. I mean, it's already locked in. I already qualify, even if I never work a day in my life ever again. Now, my Social Security payout would be $1,187. So, not really that good, but honestly, pretty damn good. Like I said, we live on $450 US a month here. I mean, $1,100 would be more than double what our living expenses are. As far as I understand, the earliest you can draw is 62. Apparently the age keeps going up and up and up, whatever. So you can draw partial at 62. You can do, like, I think you have to wait till 67 or something like that, or they're talking about even raising it to 70 for full retirement or something like that. Yeah, they want you to be basically almost dead before you start drawing Social Security. That way they can make sure that they always have gotten more money out of you than what you will regain from them in retirement. Which is kind of a bullshit racket, but whatever. We don't have to talk about that. A person pays in like $2 million worth of Social Security over their lifetime of working, and by the time they get to draw Social Security, from then until the time they die, they might only receive $250,000 if they're lucky. So the government just made $1.75 million off of that person's life for no reason. Yeah, they definitely want to make sure you die before you get anything close to what you've paid in. Yeah, no one should count on Social Security. I mean, even though it's owed to you because you've already made the agreement by paying in your entire life, at any time the government could just say, "Nah, we're stopping that now. What are you going to do about it?" I mean, literally, what is an individual going to do about it? I mean, you're not going to do anything, is what you're going to do. Even if you tried to do anything, they would just call in the National Guard and kill you. So. Well, pension. I hear a lot of European people talking about pension all the time. I mean, all the time people are talking about pension this and pension that. Now, I don't. There are some jobs and careers in America where you do get a retirement pension, but there's not that many. I mean, you don't just get some pension from a normal job. Something you have to do some like civil service, like a policeman or fireman or some big time corporate bullshit or whatever to get a pension. So maybe pensions are more popular in Europe, but in America they're not that common. Eligible for Social Security 40 credits next year. My God, how old are you? Because I had 40 credits when I was like 38 years old. Yeah, max 67. Yeah, I mean I won't wait. I'll draw Social Security just as soon as I can get my grubby little hands on it, if I even live that long. But yeah, to me, I mean the Social Security credit thing is like super low, super low. Yeah, a person can get 40 credits in like 10 years. I mean, you only have to work 10 years to be eligible for social security. So it's not, most people have to work 40 years or something like that of their lives. So I don't understand the credit requirement being only 10 years. Like, I mean, hell, you would think if the government doesn't want people to draw Social Security, raise the credit requirement from 40 to 80, to where it takes 20 years instead of just 10 years to accumulate. Yeah, we don't have, if you want health care in America, buddy, you're going to pay for it. One way or another. You are absolutely going to pay for it. Healthcare in the Philippines. Well, I've been to the dentist once, and I've been to a doctor one time, and I'll tell you, I wasn't really all that impressed with the doctor. They didn't really. So I was, the reason why I went to the doctor, I was sick, and so I had a cough and sore throat and like just not feeling very well, but it lasted like a month and a half. Yeah. And so I went to the doctor, and this was an ACE Medical Center in DePolog. Okay, so I went to the doctor. She basically asked me some questions about what was going on, and then she made a determination on what test. There was no lab results. There was no testing whatsoever. I basically told her what was wrong with me, and then she wrote me prescriptions. That was it. So I wasn't real impressed. I mean, in America, if you come in with a sore throat that's lasted a month and a half, at the minimum, they're going to take a long cotton swab and swab the back of your throat and test for like strep throat and all that kind of stuff, at the very least. The cost of the dentist, I had one tooth pulled, and the cost was 2,000 pesos. So like $38. The doctor visit, do you remember how much it cost at that doctor in Dipolog?
No.
I don't know. It wasn't very much, like 1,500 or something like that. But again, all I did was tell her what was wrong with me, and she just... 600?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cheap. That's not exactly true. So, I've heard that that's the case in some places, that if you don't pay at the hospital, you don't leave. Now, I have heard that that's true some places, but that's not true everywhere. At the Ace Medical Center in Dipolog, I don't remember seeing an armed guard there. Was there an armed guard at the hospital? Huh? I don't think there was. I don't remember seeing there be one there. So, on one hand, like you always pay beforehand. So most of the time you pay beforehand. So if you're going to have like a surgery on your like gallbladder removal or something like that, you're going to pay for that before you even go into the hospital. They're not going to do the surgery and then have you pay at the end. Now, if for some reason that does happen where you have surgery and pay at the end, maybe whatever, but I can tell you right now that there's I don't know that there's a hospital in the Philippines where they're going to be able to keep me inside the building if I want to leave. Because I'll pick a whole desk up and throw it at them. I mean, there's no way that they can keep you in a building if you want out. Unless you're not very strong or whatever, but... Yeah, when your time's up, your time's up. I really don't like going to doctors and all that stuff, but... You know. Video today? No regular video today. That's why I'm doing this. Well, even if you don't live healthy, you still don't need doctors. You can just choose to just die whenever it's your time to die, like whatever. Even if you have diabetes or like whatever, you can just choose to not do anything about it and live however long it is that you can live without intervention. It's a choice. You can just make the choice. Why no video? Because we literally didn't do anything yesterday. I don't like to force videos. Like when we just do nothing, I don't like videoing just random bull crap. I don't like it. It feels like ingenuous. I don't know. I just don't like it. So we did nothing yesterday, so I videoed nothing yesterday. Well, I appreciate you watching. I mean, I could set up the GoPro today and do a time lapse of us sitting on the couch watching The Walking Dead all day, but I mean, I'm sure that wouldn't be very exciting. It would be honest, but probably wouldn't be very exciting. Huh? That's not good advice for who? That's not good advice for you or for me. Because what's good advice for one person may be terrible advice for another. But it depends on your belief systems and how you want to live your life. Set expectations. Well, I'm telling you right now, you cannot leave them at the job site and go off traveling somewhere. You can't do it. You just can't do it. If people are there working on the house, you need to be there also. And not just for 10 minutes each day. You need to be there all day, every day. Well, I mean, it can be said both ways. If you live life worrying about, health, it'll make you, yeah, I mean, possibly that, or, if you live totally not caring, then you're basically doing it to yourself. And that's also true. It's just, it's up to each individual. That's why I like the Philippines, is because Americans think they have all these freedoms to live how they want. They really don't. They really don't. Here, you're free to live however you want. But to me, it's up to every individual to choose and live their lives as they see fit, whether that be right or wrong in someone else's eyes. Not doable for us. Well, then you better set your expectations very low. If you're not going to be there every day, you better not expect much, because not much is what you're going to get. Okay, well, I think we've been going about an hour and a half, so that's probably good enough in place of a video. I'll go ahead and give a couple of minutes for everybody to kind of say what they want to say to wrap it up, and then that'll be done. Then I have to try to think of something to video for today for a video for tomorrow. And I don't really plan on doing a whole lot today either, so that's going to be difficult. It's so damn hot outside. The last few days have just been, I mean, look at this. I mean, it's so sunny and hot, like, my God. It feels terrible. So it's really hard to decide, like, to look outside and know that the sun feels like it's trying to cook you, and it's so damn hot outside, and then decide, oh yeah, I think we'll go outside and dig for 4.5 hours today, and just completely drench yourself in sweat in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, that sounds like a good time. Let's do that. Nah, she don't. I have tried before, but I don't know. Hey, babe, do you want to try to ride the motorbike?
No.
Okay, she doesn't want to do it. Alright guys, I guess that's going to be it. I'll go ahead and get off of here. Anyway, everybody take it easy.